Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's been crazy this week with sports, other sports coming up like baseball coming up. First day actually of baseball is today. College basketball's been amazing. NBA's been amazing. But before we get into what this video is going to be, which is college basketball today, my name's Isaiah Austin, and welcome right back to the channel, man. It's been a little bit, working and grinding, but we back at it again. Um, Hit the like button for me if you like the videos. Hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell notification for me, man. We rocking, we doing our thing on this channel for sure. The NIT was really great. Dayton beat UNC Wilmington on Saturday in that second round, right? That was almost a blowout by almost 20-point win. Nevada ended up winning by 10 against Liberty in that second round too in the NIT on Saturday. Those were really good games Saturday, really great games. Sunday was really good too. Illinois State and Wake Forest played. Real tight game. And the Illinois State ended up winning against Wake Forest by 3. Auburn, was in a tough battle with Seattle U, but no, Auburn ended up getting and prevailing and winning that game, right? Tuesday was a really good one too. Real close game between Tulsa and Wichita State. In that quarterfinal, Tulsa ended up winning against Wichita State, and then New Mexico ended up beating St. Joseph's 84-69 in that quarterfinal as well. Now, two real good games again, right? Illinois ended up on Wednesday. Illinois ended up upsetting and beating Dayton 61-55. Real close, came down to the wire. And then Auburn versus Nevada. Nevada was hanging in there with Auburn, a really good team. And stuff played a real tough schedule. But Auburn ended up prevailing 75-69 as well. Now Thursday, today is gonna be some good stuff. Illinois and Auburn are in the semifinal, and then New Mexico and Tulsa is also in the semifinal. That's gonna happen on April 2nd, so they got some time. Basically, I believe next week, so they got some time to set, to play those games, set each other up, and all that stuff. But now the NCAA tournament this past weekend was flat out unbelievable. It was some wild stuff. Okay, on Saturday. It started with Michigan blowing out St. Louis in that Midwest region, right? St. Louis was really getting in there tough with them and everything, but Michigan just took over, started taking over in the game. It was really impressive by Michigan. They looked dominant, and they ended up winning that game in the Midwest region in the second round. In the East region, Michigan State and Louisville was in a battle with a slugfest. It was a great game from start to finish. But Michigan State started pulling away and ended up beating Louisville 77-69. That was a great game in the East region. Duke destroyed TCU 81-58. They were struggling against Siena. They ended up coming back and dominating TCU in that East region. Manhandled and beat them down. Houston did something historically crazy. It was 88-57 against Texas A&M. Blew them straight up out of there. South region blew them straight up out of there. An upset happened between Texas and Gonzaga. Texas ended up winning against the 3-seeded Gonzaga Bulldogs 74-68. Texas was hanging in there, was grinding on Gonzaga. Gonzaga was making runs, but Texas scored timely scores and stuff like that, got timely defensive stops to end up getting a big win against Gonzaga. I think they're the only double-digit seed that is in, if I'm not mistaken, the Sweet 16 right now. So that's been really exciting for Texas. They've done a great job. And their coaching staff did a great job too. Illinois blew out VCU. Okay. And I was in the West region, by the way. Texas versus Gonzaga. The South region was Illinois and VCU. That was a big blowout, 76-55. Okay. Illinois ended up destroying VCU. Illinois looks like a real good team, man. They're really good. Really, really good. Really good. And Nebraska was in a tough battle against Vanderbilt. That might be the game of that was probably the game of the whole entire tournament so far when it started Tuesday with the first four and all that. This is probably the best game of the tournament so far, man. Vanderbilt shot a half-court shot to try to, I believe, win the game, and they ended up missing, and Nebraska ended up pulling away 74-72. Nebraska won their second game of the entire tournament. And this other one was really good, too, though. It was High Point versus Arkansas. High Point was almost the lowest seed. The 12th seed was almost, the lower seed of this tournament to make it to the Sweet 16, but they ended up losing to Arkansas. It was 94-88 in that West region. That was a fun game. It was exciting. They did a great job. High Point putting a lot of pressure on Arkansas. But again, Arkansas was a little too much down the stretch a little bit for them. That was in the West region. The South region, that was Nebraska and Vanderbilt. Sunday was really crazy too. Okay, it was wild too from the start. And Purdue ended up winning against Miami. Miami was giving a lot of pressure to Purdue, especially Braden Smith turned the ball over, you know, a little out of sorts. But Purdue ended up winning by 10, did a great job. Now, Iowa State ended up beating Kentucky 82-63. Iowa State put a lot of pressure on them, put a lot of pain to them. Now, you know, that was in the West region and Midwest region, those two games, right? Okay, Miami versus Purdue was in the West region. Kentucky versus Iowa State was in the Midwest region. This game was another game that's in the running, dude, for the game of the tournament. Okay, St. John's and Kansas was giving haymakers to each other, punches, throwing them all over the place. Man, was balling, was banging it out. They did a great job. Bill Self versus Rick Pitino. Great coaching jobs from both teams, and St. John's prevailed by 2 points, 67-65. That was a great job by St. John's. Great game. Tennessee upset at Virginia 79-72. Real big upset. Okay, but in that Midwest region, right? In that Midwest region, the East region was St. John's and Kansas. Now, in the South region, this is another big upset. This probably might be borderline a bigger upset than 11 seed Texas beating Gonzaga. Florida, the number 1 seed, lost to Iowa 73-72 in a real tight, close game, down to the wire. Great game from both teams right there, man. It was tough right there. And in that South region, Iowa did a great job knocking off Florida, number 1 team. Arizona ended up winning against Utah State 78-66 in the West region. And then in the East region, it was UConn versus UCLA. UConn destroyed UCLA, dominated them. And Alabama dominated Texas Tech in that Midwest region. That one was shocking because of how bad of a blowout it was. It was unbelievable, shocking, and it was crazy work. Unbelievable stuff that happened in that game. Now, Thursday and Friday, today is Thursday, Friday, tomorrow, man, it's going to be greatness, okay? It's going to be Texas versus Purdue at 7:10 p.m. CBS in that West region, Sweet 16. Man, that's going to be a fun game. Iowa versus Nebraska, Big Ten flavor right there. 7:30, that's on TBS in the South region, okay? And that's going to be a heck of a game as well. Big time, Big Ten game. Arkansas, Arizona. This one's going to be fun in that West region. I'm telling you, Coach Calipari, man, has been going through this through years, getting in Sweet 16s, winning championships, all that stuff. But Arizona, I'm ready to get it going, man. They haven't won a championship in a long, long time. And they trying to get it going, man. They 34-2. They're ready to get going. And then another big game, real great game, is the number 2 team, Houston, versus Illinois, who's 26-8, who's number 3 in the South Region, Sweet 16 on TBS, 10:05 p.m. Those are going to be fun games. Other great games that's going to happen. The game that's going to really take the topper. I mean, there's going to be legendary stuff in this East Region Sweet 16 at 7:10 on CBS on Friday. It's going to be 30-6 St. John's versus the number 1 Duke team in the country. Oh my goodness, that's going to be fun. Michigan versus Alabama. That's going to be a great one. That's going to be a fun one, man. Big Ten versus I remember Michigan when they won the national championship of football in the Final Four. They played against Alabama before they extended the playoff. Now here we go in the NCAA tournament on TBS in that Midwest region on Friday, and they play against each other in basketball 1 through 4. I can't believe it. I'm excited. That's gonna be fun. East region, Michigan State and UConn. That's gonna be another fun one. Okay, 9:45 on CBS. Great coaches, Dan Hurley. And Coach Dan Hurley and Coach Tom Izzo. That's going to be great stuff right there. Great stuff right there. And the last game is Tennessee versus Iowa State at 10:10 p.m. Friday, TBS. I cannot wait. It's going to be a fun weekend of college basketball. Now, the NBA's been great too. We're going to talk about that too. And baseball came up. It started today at about 1 p.m. Man, there's a lot of great baseball games coming up. And I can't wait to talk about those too. Talk about the scores, watch some of the games, and talk about hopefully a few home runs and stuff like that. I can't wait. Some shocking stuff happened in a few games early already. I appreciate everybody for rocking with me and rocking with the channel. If you like the channel, please hit the like button if you rock with the videos. If you like the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you want to, when I post and upload new videos, hit that bell notification for me. I appreciate everybody. Love and support. Really do appreciate y'all. It's been fun so far. It's been great. Been grinding and working, but we gonna upload videos and get videos going. Trust me. There's gonna be some videos coming up, and we're gonna have a good time, man, this weekend for sure. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great, and it's gonna be exciting. Really appreciate y'all for sure. Peace. All love.